When a normal person looks at your horse business from the outside, they think, wow, you must be doing great. Full barn lessons going all day, trailers coming and going. Meanwhile, you're in the feed room staring at your banking app, thinking, I swear there was more than this. Where did it all go? I want to walk you through where the money really goes in a horse business and why you're not crazy for feeling like it disappears. I'm not going to give you a bookkeeping tutorial or a software demo. I want you to finally understand the story behind your numbers so they stop gaslighting you. Once you see the pattern, you can decide what to change. From the outside, your month looks like this: board check, lesson payments, training fees, maybe some body work, haul ins, show coaching. Horse people around you multiply it in their head. 20 horses times X dollars plus lessons. Wow, that's a lot of money. But on paper, it might look like $12,000, 20,000, 30,000 plus coming in. So why do you feel so broke? Because a horse business has three forces that quickly eat almost everything before it ever becomes money for you: high non negotiable costs, low or wrong way pricing, invisible costs you never count. Let's walk you through the big picture. First, obvious villains: hay, feed, bedding, farrier, vet, labor help, fuel, tractor, arena maintenance, insurance, property costs, taxes, fences, roofs, pipes, mystery repairs. In a normal business, they talk about fixed versus variable costs. In a horse business, it feels more like every month a big invisible hand reaches into my account and grabs roughly the same chunk no matter how I'm doing. You're not imagining that. When feed and fuel jump, your costs jump. When a horse colics, your costs spike. When a pipe freezes, you pay now, what not when it's convenient. So even if your revenue goes up a little, your stress often goes up more because you know how fragile that balance is. You're not crazy. Your business model is sitting on top of a pile of expenses that don't care how tired you are. So, the pricing problem. The second force is how most barns or horse businesses set prices. What are other barns or horse businesses charging? And okay, I'll go a little lower so I feel fair or competitive. And here's what actually happens when you do that: your costs are based on reality: your hay supplier, your shavings, your labor market, your weather, your facility. Your prices are based on someone else's reality. Different land, different debt, maybe a spouse's income, or they're quietly going broke and not saying it. You then try to fill a gap with more work. I'll take one more boarder. I'll add another lesson evening. I'll throw in that extra service to keep them happy. And the month still ends with the barn: fed vets, farriers, hay, guys, paid. I'll pay myself next month. That's not you being irresponsible. That's you using your body and your time as the buffer between bad pricing and stubborn costs. Again, not crazy, just expensive. The invisible costs no one counts. Then there are the things you don't put in the spreadsheet. Your own labor, you treat it as free. Your partner picking up slack at home. The truck that's wearing out faster. The missed weekends, shows, time off. The emotional load of being on call for horses, clients, and staff. Those don't show up as a line item, so it feels different. So it feels like, well, the barn technically made money this month. I guess I'm not just good with money. No, no. The truth is, if you actually paid yourself for all the roles you're filling — manager, trainer, stall, mucker, night check, bookkeeper, therapist — you'd see the full picture. Your horse business is profitable. It's because you aren't on the payroll in any real way. That's not profit. That's you quietly donating your life to cover the gap. So why this matters and what's possible? So where does the money really go in a horse business? It goes to real, heavy, non-negotiable costs that most outsiders don't understand. It goes to underpriced services based on other barns' wishful thinking, not your reality. It goes to your unpaid labor, which you've been trained to call passion. You feeling like I work all the time and still feel behind is not a personal failing. It's the only logical emotional response to numbers that have never been designed to take care of you. The point of this video is not to teach you every step and rebuild your P&L. The point is to give you two new beliefs. I'm not crazy, the math is. And if I change the math on purpose, I'm allowed to feel different about this business. From there, the how becomes worth doing. And what you do after this. I'm not going to tell you which software to download. I'm going to ask you to do one simple thing. On a piece of paper, write roughly what came in last month, roughly what went out to feed, care, labor, facility, and bills. And then write what, if anything, was truly for you. Then ask yourself, without judgment, if a friend showed me these numbers and told me they felt exhausted and crazy, what would I tell them? Now, you already know the answer. You'd say, you're not crazy, this is a hard business, but you can't keep being the only thing in here that doesn't get paid. And that's where change starts. If you want help turning that honest snapshot into a barn that doesn't eat you alive, it's literally what we work on inside the Horse Business Profit Club. But whether you ever join or not, stop gaslighting yourself. The money is going exactly where the system is set up to send it. Your job now is to decide if you're finally willing to redesign that system so there's something left for you.